another exciting night of Giggity Racing Season 4.5. We are still north of the border, turning left and turning right, something Ma Bear and Paul Bear both know about being Canadian. Speaking of, we do have both of them in there. You will not be able to hear the Miss Paul Bear because she is on the Do Not Allow as our in-race reporter, but myself, Mr. Puddin', and we got Paul Bear, Del Gatro, and somebody chiming in that's new to the booth every now and then, the one and only Mountain Dew. Starting with you, Paul, man, good evening, and I'm ready for some more close racing like we've seen all week here at Canadian and at Motorsport.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting week, but yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be some good clean racing tonight. No door, like not a whole lot of door smashing, and as long as people take that hairpin, take it the way they should, everything should be good.
Delgato the other night too. We saw a little bit of banging in here and there. That's going to happen at a road course. People are going to try to make money moves. They're going to try to make it in there and make everything work. So contact is not going to be unrealized, but it's just how much deliberate contact you make to make that move. I mean, moving somebody just a little bit or letting them know you're there is acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like rubbing is racing, and I feel like it's acceptable to use a bumper, kind of move them out of the way a little bit, but don't dump the dude, you know what I mean? So but yeah, I'm excited for this race. The times I've done this broadcasting, I've done 2 restrictor plate races. I'm kind of excited for some a different genre of racing. Road course racing is gonna be really fun though.
And Paul Bear the other night too, we watched how close those truck races were. Meatball and Elite again, still they put on one hell of a show. The Cup race, Cola Motorsports passing 11 cars on one lap to make it up there to get himself a W. The preset Cups was very good.
4, 3.
We had an
2,
exciting preset Xfinity race, and it looks like we're going to blue screen just for a split second, ladies and gentlemen. We are going Motorsport racing. As always, Mountain Dew's out there. He's up here in the booth with us tonight. Tom Horton, the old mute dog himself. What's up, buddy? There is a Creed site, and what's up, good sir? Always out there joining in, racing, and watching in. Great to have you out there. Make sure we get that before I jump right in. Are we good, Dew?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
10-4, we're going road course racing in trucks. I did talk to, we'll see him a little bit later in the custom trucks. I talked to Nascar 88 out there running a special paint scheme for all of the first responders out there, and so that's really respectful. Man, he's always coming up with these patriotic and remembrance paint schemes, and they look really good. But his red, white, and blue paint scheme tonight in the custom truck is for all of the first responders out there. So that is really nice to see, because here in the development series is the only series in Giggity that we allow custom paint schemes. We're already on board, and they are making that long right-hander right there at 15 truck. That's Ipon right there. He's got company to the outside, making that long left-hander, trying not to bicycle in these presets. Hold on to her, down through the brakes, 3rd gear, 2nd gear, hard under the gas. Looks like he missed that just a little bit. Presets are really difficult to hold on to, Delgatro, without making a bicycle. You have to tap that brake every now and then just to get that car to settle.
Yeah, so earlier today I actually did a little race with some guys, and it took me some laps after laps just trying to get in a rhythm, trying not to overdrive the corner or get back to the gas too hard and slip and slide off exit. It's one of those tracks that you have to race the racetrack and not the competitors, and but it's definitely a fun, challenging track.
A new name out there. I've raced with him quite a bit too. Country Caliber. I've raced with him a lot, and he is a great guy, great personality. When he sends me something on Facebook Messenger, I'm nervous to open it up, but at the end of the day, he is super fast too. So he's sitting up there in that 2nd position. Justin Shackett out here in that 18.
Sorry about the interruption, guys.
And I like Jay Money's paint scheme right there. Brenda's Beaver out there running at 99. I owe him an apology. I told him I was going to help him all week. I've been at the doctor's all week. I had some stuff I had to get taken care of today. Like I said, rearranged some plans for tonight to help everybody here in Giggity. So I apologize to my buddy Cassidy, a.k.a. Brenda's Beaver. Let's see how he does tonight, though. Preset truck. Put that thing on a 9 on 1 times tire wear and let her eat. You got to get these trucks to rotate, Mountain Dew, because they're already so tight to drive.
Oh yeah, I ran a 9 last night in the Xfinity race. It was a little loosey goosey once the tires started getting a little warm, but you know it was fun racing. And I'm not a road course racer, but thanks to Shin and Robbie for working with me all week, and you know got me to. I started out running a 124 in the Xfinity cars at Canadian Tire, and then I ended up last night getting a 118.2, and I was very proud of myself. And to see these guys in these trucks, it's pretty exciting to see some of these new up-and-comers, and hopefully they get a ride in Season 5.
We were just riding on board with Froggy. That's just to let everybody know that is another UK driver. He is an affiliate of Robbie, but when I say that, that is his cousin. That is Robbie's cousin, Froggy, driving that green truck. So we are 2 UK deep drivers here in Giggity Racing, which we are still worldwide. We've got followers from Brazil, Australia, obviously Canada, and the UK, Scotland, everywhere. So, and it's still Paul Baird. I'm on board with Sean T right now. Can't believe he didn't get picked up.
Yeah, he's a good driver. I'm actually quite surprised too. Actually, I'm surprised of a lot of drivers.
Ooh,
like somebody in my development, Wayne Broom. I'm very surprised that he didn't get picked up.
Ma Bear still in a Toyota, but representing that orange and black very nicely, though.
52 Rex. Scene tint. Got into someone.
We'll have to try to look at that as I'm trying to jump back on board with the leader. That is Ipon right there in that 15 truck. Toyota himself pulling away through the straightaway, and he's got himself a very sizable gap here.
And just in case nobody knows, we do have another husband and wife couple. They're actually both in this race. It's Mr. and Miss Mannix.
How awesome is that? That is fantastic.
Yep. This is actually her debut race.
That is great to see, great to hear, especially being family-oriented with that, more women driving. One of my favorite trivia facts, and of course...
And I just said her name and she hit the wall.
Oh, commentators curse. Commentators curse.
Sorry, Miss Mannix.
One of
We
my
got to get Miss Puddin' and Miss Mountain Dew to race one day.
Oh.
Agreed. Get all the misses in here.
If you do that, my Chevrolet Camaro is already wrecked with Mrs. Puddin', but we'll give it a try.
Oh, Mall Bear goes into the wall.
Yeah.
We'll go with the flow with a real nice paint scheme. But one of my favorite statistics about, or like history fun facts, obviously goes back to Indianapolis. But for the inaugural Brickyard 500, how many sets of brothers started that race? It'll blow your mind. How many sets of brothers started the inaugural Brickyard 400? And it's that only brings to mind again just because of all the family members, fathers, sons that race, you guys, husband, wives. It's cool to see how big Giggity is getting and seeing everybody is dang. Booty flakes right there gets a little bit of contact by the 16 car it looks, or trucks it looks like. Oh, and that's one difficult turn. Can't see who that was. Coming off that last corner. You got to be easy on the throttle. Your rear end will swing around on you real quick.
Oh, especially in these trucks, especially running a 9, you got to ease your way into the throttle coming out of that last right-hander. Obviously, I think it's the first right-hander as well. You know, getting down the second gear and getting that right-hander and getting back in the throttle, you just got to be patient.
Yeah, I'm on
even
board.
customs on these on this track's kind of tricky with the trucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to get your your weight set up, tire pressures, your spring ratios make a big difference here for you too. A track that you can add sway bar, rear sway bar to. Some people like it, some people don't.
Is this?
I do want to ask something real quick for anyone that may know. So, say you're coming off exit, you're getting back to the gas, and you're just sliding loose. What are some adjustments you can make to fix that?
If
Well,
you're coming off a turn, I always do my my right track bar.
Right track bar? Okay.
Yeah, I always put that down a couple of clicks and try that. Or you can put your left rear tire pressure up.
Okay.
A lot of people like to think that the wedge is the way to go, and that's not always the case, because when you mess with that wedge is also it messes with your tire wear. So there's other, I mean, all adjustments kind of do, but that's the one that really makes the big difference. So that's a last-ditch effort, but yeah, what Paul there said, those are good ideas out there.
Lap 6 of 9.
So we are in
So
lap
we got
6 of 9
4
here.
laps to go.
Yeah, for the first stage here.
Tell you what, this lead pack here, they were getting pretty feisty there while we were all talking just a minute ago. Almost 3 wide going to that carousel turn as the 21 goes into the inside of the 16.
I'm on board with Denkate too. He joins us out there in YouTube land. What's up, Josh? Who sees out there? And we all know why Dean's here. Dean's only here so he doesn't get parked.
It's really surprising to see that Justin get a ride too. He was very fast in those Xfinity cars last year. I remember racing last season.
Mrs. Mannix right there got a big ol' hello from one of the cars. I couldn't see who that was. Maybe was that Denkate? But yeah, she did a great job of holding on to it. Glad to see that too. Purple is another one of my favorite colors. Had a snap-on toolbox that was purple, and she's in a Chevrolet, so she's already on her way to good things here driving a purple Chevrolet.
You know, really, I want to know, like, if Mr. and Mrs. get into each other on the track, is that like a fight at the house afterwards? Is that like a fight in pit road?
Did you ever see the post-race interview after one time where it was Danica and Ricky? They shared an airplane to the track. They accidentally wrecked each other. They said they didn't talk for almost 3.5 hours until they got off the plane. It was just simply to say, "Here's your luggage," and they said, "Thank you," and that was it. So yes, even though it might be a Mrs. and Mrs. or even boyfriend girlfriend in that case, yeah, tempers can run high probably. One of the funniest interviews I've ever read, or articles I've ever read too, about that.
Yeah, I just never thought about it, because I know how, you know, me and Miss Mountain Dew played a tournament against each other one time in softball, and you know, I was all supportive for her, knowing that my team went 4-0 and then it got double dipped in the championship. But you know, like, I know, you know, trying to play against a loved one or even race against a loved one is pretty difficult, especially if you get a little too close on the track or on the field or whatever it is. But I still won't forget that day, though. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, anytime you get to spend time with the family, no matter the outcome, family is, you know, comes first in this world besides your health. So even though you got to make sure that you enjoy the good times with the people you love and care about.
Very true.
I couldn't hardly ever get Miss Puddin' even come to any of my races, because she was just so nervous about the outcomes and the danger factor of it. Now she would come to my bowling tournaments, and then I asked her not to, because every time she came to my bowling tournaments, I didn't do so well. When she wasn't there, I was on fire. So I respectfully asked her, as out of superstition, to I'll call you after each game. How's that sound? She's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
And now, doing what she's doing, she's just probably too busy to go anyway.
Yep, and now that we're traveling, everybody knows I've retired from racing. My bowling balls are back home in storage. I'm giggity for life, guys. That's what I'm doing right now. And let's, again, not take away from all of our nurses, doctors, firefighters, and police officers, and all the first responders that are still dealing with this COVID that they have to be in touch with. So we are in the last lap of stage 1 here, preset trucks, Canadian Motorsports Park. Again, I still refer to it as Mosport.
Oh, 52 hit the wall.
52, that's Sean T.
Contact. Was it Ma Bear contact?
I don't know. I just hit somebody,
Yeah,
and I
that's who it
apologize.
was.
Please say it on air. I apologize.
Ma Bear apologizes for hitting the 52 truck.
I missed my downshift.
Yeah, we can. They can hear you on the broadcast too. By the way.
Oh, I feel bad about that. I do apologize. Yeah, I had it on fourth, and I thought I had it on third, and then I wondered why I was going in so fast.
Yeah, I've done that before too. Actually, I did it last night. I try to not to keep my hands right on the paddle shifters, like where I keep my hands at the top of the wheel. I kind of use my pinky finger to try to downshift, and obviously it's not made for that. And I went into that chicane, didn't downshift, and came in real hot. And while I'm on air, I would like to apologize to Dimebags, because I completely took him out. It was unintentional. I locked the brakes up, missed my downshift, and hit a good buddy of mine into the wall, and I did not do that intentional. So, but things happen, Mall Bears. Stay on her, stay on her, stay on her. We're going to go, and we're going to rack them and stack them and stack them and race them here for Stage 2 preset trucks at Mosport.
Yeah, you and those Shin guys didn't get along very well last night, did you, Puddin'?
Was there a vendetta? I didn't get never mind, I'm not going to say. There's a couple people that might have twisted my goat a little bit, but I maintained and stayed cool, and if it wasn't for a mistake on my behalf, I would have had a good top 5, top 6, which was my mistake, but...
Nah, you're good, buddy. It's road course racing, you know, like Denny Hamlin says about Joey Logano. It's just short track racing. It's just road course racing. We all make mistakes. We're not pros here. Giggity, we, we're working our way up the ranks, and all is forgiven. That's what we do at Giggity. We forgive everybody. We're all a big family as we're getting ready to take the green flag in Stage 2.
It's a short track racing. Free pass.
And Froggy stayed out, so the UK lad himself, the cousin of our own Serenity, aka Spaghetti, makes a move on the outside here, and it looks like Pond right there, he said, no thank you, I'm going to take my lead back, and he's got some heavy pressure from behind. I think that's Copenhagen behind him, or Cope.
This guy here, this Pond fellow, he must be a new guy. I haven't heard that name before.
So the 03 gave him the bumper. Gave him the chrome horn, and doesn't get to make the pass. Did that work for you, buddy?
Man, he is running a orange and white and black 14 car. Plus, it's a Chevrolet. One of my favorite paint schemes of this right there. Everybody knows what 14 means to me.
The grass.
Yeah, that is Cope in second, and he is losing ground dramatically already to the leader of Pond. So let's jump back here on board with Go With The Flow. 14 orange and black car, got a little traffic behind him, got some traffic in front of him, and this is one of the worst places to have traffic, because I back my corners up just a little bit. That way I can get way better drive off and exit speed. Some people drive it in, and things happen. That's the difficult about it.
Racing pretty hard back here. 3 wide, and
I know we're watching all of this.
This is crazy. Love it though.
Oh, Country Caliber's in here. I raced with him the other night. He's a pretty fast driver.
Yeah, Country is very fast, and again, just don't open any Facebook messengers from him, because it will make you either laugh really hard or run for the bathroom, either one. But Country's a great guy, a great sense of humor, and we're on board with Justin Shackett. Again, another guy that surprised me that didn't get signed, as Froggy's going to make a move to his inside.
Yeah, Justin is, like I said, I raced with him a lot in the Xfinity preset last season, and it was a blast. I mean, he's a good racer. I remember the last race that I raced with him at. We were side by side for like 4 laps straight. It was so much fun.
Froggy again to the grass.
I was on board with Brenda's Bieber, and somebody just sent it.
That's a second lap in a row that Froggy went through the grass.
You think maybe it's because of tires, or
I
He
don't
did
know,
not pit.
'cause
I don't think he
going in
pitted.
towards that jump. Like he's taking a big turn on that there hairpin.
Somebody just hit me.
He didn't pit too, remember that. And sometimes on older tires, now he's coming down to
he's
pit lane
pitting
now,
now.
so he's splitting it now, yep. And Sean Teague's that monster right in front of him.
Just seeing 31, I believe, go into the wall just after the last turn.
I can vouch too. Older tires do feel better here. I stayed out for stage 1 last night and was able to pull away a little bit too, until some people forgot that you have to brake here. Oh, Monster's got some pressure. I think that is the 52 of Sean T. It is right there. Good race.
Shit.
And there he is.
Oh.
We were just talking about the
Somebody get into the back of my bear.
paint scheme that he was running for next race. Francis Smith, Francis in NASCAR 88 and 99 of Beaver. He does a great job of not backing into anybody too. But yeah, he was running a first responders paint scheme for the next race here. Oh, yeah, yes, yes. I was looking right there, too. I had one hell of a spotter up there. It took me a second to translate that and dawn on there. Yes, Dark Humor. He was in my ear all night, and, man, his strategy helped me get through the up to that top 5. We were leading the race there for a while, and like I said, I made a bonehead mistake. But, yeah, he was in my ear all night with some great strategy, and it prevailed.
I don't know if I'm going to have many friends left after this race.
Well, there's a lot of. I'm actually on you right now, and there's a lot of people getting into you.
Okay, I just,
And Pon is just starting to walk away with this in that Toyota. He is just checked
Like
out,
that-
put the fingers
That
in the
green
air.
truck
said,
right behind you
"Deuces."
right now, I'm not sure who it is, but he was
He's
he
just
was
real
giving you
loose.
the
And
bu-
he's
he
not,
was giving you
he's
the
not-
bumper.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. I just totally missed that.
I think the guy that can run Pawn down and give him a show for this race is the 27 car Country Caliber.
I'm on board with him now. There, Delgatro.
Throughout the long runs, he gets in that rhythm, like I said, and he's able to run some pretty good, consistent lap time. So I think I'm gonna go for my pick to challenge the leader is Country Caliber. I think he's looking really good.
And he had a little bit of traffic right in front of him off that restart too. So if he can stay here, get some good pit strategy for him, and stay out on that front row for the next start, yeah, Country's definitely got something for him too.
Definitely make it exciting.
5 to go.
We got 5 to go in the second stage. Thank you, Ms. Ballbear. Again, trying to learn all the names and numbers here in the development series as we're trying to fill in. Had some difficulties getting a broadcaster tonight. So again, Paul Bear, thank you so much for what you guys do to help Taddy and everybody in Giggity and all the development guys out. It's not fair to have it not broadcasted, but it's weird. It's weird. This is what, second time on Friday night, so I'm trying to learn everybody's names, guys. Got to bear with me here.
And it changes almost every week, Puddin'.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we got Master Light. We saw him last night in the chats too, so good to see him out there in the chat. We got 15 viewers out here watching these guys. And go with the flow, man. I'm telling you, one of my favorite paint schemes. Has my dad's number on it. It's got my orange and white black colors on there, and it's a Chevrolet. Let's see if he can get himself a podium in that sexy, sexy Chevrolet. Like Paul Bear just said too, excuse me, you know, the names there's a lot of familiar names, but throughout the week, the new names that come in here to the development races, it's mind-blowing. I've been in lobbies so many times, and they've either heard my voice or I'll say Giggity, and they're like, oh, how do you do this? How do you get into that? And Ma Bear and Paul Bear, they do such a great job screening everybody and letting them know what the rules are. And especially last year, some of the best racing we had was in that development series at a lot of the ovals too. But again, road course racing may not be everybody's specialty, but
yeah.
I like it. I don't mind it there, Delgatra. I don't mind them. I like the old road courses. I just wish my wheel wasn't really messing up on me last night, but
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely challenging. Like, I think you have to just take practice running laps to get used to the track. But it's definitely not one of my specialties. But I definitely do like the challenge, having to race the racetrack and have to put a little wheel into the truck.
I did a lot of, autocross racing. I did a lot of track days. I've raced motorcycles on road courses. I love that aspect of, like you said, your braking points, your throttle points, your apex points. There's a lot more thought. Now, don't take it away. The ovals, the mile and a half, the drafting aspect. You got to think about all that stuff and all these other tracks. But that's what I love about the racing as a whole. That's how technical it is, and the road course really brings that technicality aspect into it. And I miss doing it in real life as much as I love doing it here.
Yeah.
I do like Canadian Tire, and I do like the Glen, but this new what's that other road course where they put that new piece in it there?
Sonoma.
Sonoma.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
I love Sonoma. When I say that, I love the old Sonoma.
Yes, agreed.
Yes.
I do like the old one.
Now, as a big twist coming in Heat 5, rumor has it that they are going to bring the Indianapolis road course into that.
yes.
Now, that is something I can't wait to see, because there is a different video game that I play. It's nothing but road courses, and that course has been in there. And they have stock cars on there, and they've got obviously other genres of cars. So needless to say, I've been practicing that track quite a bit to at least familiarize myself with the track, knowing how it's going to drive differently from video game to video game, and then car, NASCAR to sports car. But just to be able to familiarize myself with that track, though, so I'm excited for that too, because I was at the very first ever Formula One race on the road course, and it was spectacular to see Michael Schumacher blitz a V12 around there at Indianapolis backwards in the rain, something you don't see at Indy when they race in the rain.
So how did you guys feel about NASCAR going to
Last lap.
the Daytona? They're doing the road course at Daytona for the Bud Shootout.
Oh, I'm all right with that too, because the Daytona 200 motorcycle race is there, and that is a track that is very historic. The race, the Rolex there, that is a track that is very underutilized and definitely needs to be changed. So that is fantastic.
I don't know.
This is the last lap, guys.
White flag is out, so maybe 2.
I feel like that the Daytona road course. I don't know. I just like the tradition of doing a nighttime super speedway race and have that excitement, close racing. But something new, and I hope it works out for NASCAR and for Daytona.
I think they're trying to change things up a little bit too, to bring new viewers in there and bring a new aspect into it. I wasn't a big fan of the stage racing, and I know why they did that. No one wants to watch one car run away for 400 miles, and I understand why they brought that aspect into it. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of it now, but I enjoy it a lot more because of the action that it does bring. So to change it up for us viewers and to put a little bit more complications out there for the drivers in these cars made that have setups and stuff. They've got to go and learn from ground zero how to build a car and drive that track. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and we'll adjust to it, I think, as a fan, and we'll all love it. But it's just
So white
surprising to
flag
see
is
it.
in the air. Number 15 is leading. So once he gets to the start-finish line, it will be the end of stage 2.
Yep, and we're on board with the 15 truck right there upon himself. Going to come down through third gear, get hard onto the gas, tap that brake, make that left-hander into that right-hander down the straightaway here towards the start-finish line in front of pit lane, and that will conclude stage 2 as he's going to make a pass on that 30 truck very nicely right there too, so he'll be able to get his lap back. But that is the conclusion of stage 2 here at the preset development race. Denke, why do I keep saying that? Delgatro, we'll start with you, then Paul, Bear Mountain Dew. Who do you guys have your eyes on for this? Because he already said that he's pulling for country, but Ipon's looking very strong.
Yeah, he is.
I'm out of control.
I think I gotta go with country. Unless he gets in that traffic, if he gets in traffic, gets caught back on that restart, it's gonna be tough to catch Palmer because he's pretty quick. But I do believe as the run goes on, I feel like he has a truck to compete with him.
Something I would wish they'd bring back too, not only between the live timing and scoring for broadcasting purposes, but if you remember in the old NASCAR games, you were allowed to take left sides only. As we know, the left front gets chewed up at road courses quite a bit. I wish they gave you that option instead of having to take all four just to change the left sides.
Totally agree. And I'm gonna have to go with the 15. He seems to be just in charge here tonight. There's no catching him. I mean, Country Caliber does have a vehicle capable of doing it, but can he stay there?
Do you think you can get aggressive here on this restart? Because you don't know. Once he gets away, he's gone. Do you try to get aggressive on this restart?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with the talent behind him and next to him.
Yeah.
Here we go. Country hits that preferred line for the first try, but that puts Pawn with the preferred line to the outside for the second corner. He sticks right there with it, keeps a nose to the inside. They're going to make this left-hander right here. Here comes Pawn the inside. Country going to make a move. And it looks like Cope's going to give him a bump behind. These guys, all three, under a blanket right now. We are overhead watching this, coming up into this right-hander. Who's going to make a move? Cope with a power move to the inside. Caliber to the lead. That's going to cost him just a little bit. The outside gets you more of a momentum drive. Here comes Pawn to the outside. Can he make a move here, making this left-hander? Where this is coming down into my favorite corner, the Evil Knievel corner.
Oh, he
gets the corner.
Yeah, he did. That 33 is getting real aggressive, man.
Yes.
It's going to cost him in the long run.
See, there's another thing. He said, Delgado said at the first tee you get aggressive. Yes, you do get aggressive, but there's a difference between aggressive and too aggressive that you're going to be wrecking.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go out there and be that aggressive that you're going to be wrecking people.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want to use your equipment up early, too. You mean eating your tires up, pushing it too hard.
Yeah.
Even though used tires do work better, you don't want to abuse them too early. You want to see some for the end of the races. We see Country Caliber making a move to the inside of the pond. Here comes Cope with him.
And the one thing that we haven't seen, excuse me, the one thing we haven't seen is that 15 get put under pressure at all. And it seems like to me when he gets under pressure, he overdrove that first corner and it let Caliber get to his bumper. And it just it amazes me to see the composure that Caliber's having with that 33 truck, though. That 33 truck's being really aggressive real early, and you know, I don't think he's going to last long because at the end of the day, he's just going to end up taking both of them out. The harder you race each other, you're just letting that 15 truck get away.
And how frustrating has got to be for the 27? You know you got a fast truck, but this 33 truck is being really aggressive. Like, how frustrating has that got to be? Because you're seeing the 15 truck get away now.
Yeah,
that's a good question for Putin.
Yeah.
Because remember, Putin was leading that race, and people behind him with fresher tires. But to me, on road courses, I feel, you know, especially in the Xfinity cars, I feel that, you know, the more that the tires are worn, the faster these cars go on, you know, on road courses. But Paul Bear, maybe you can answer that with being in the trucks. Like, how do worn tires feel in these trucks?
When I first take my tires and they're fresh, they're new, I don't like it. For the first 3 or 4 laps, it's really slick. But the older the tires get, the better they get until you get around 30%, and then I like to stop and take some new ones.
Just to let everybody know, though, I mean, I had some good pit strategy. I had somebody drop in the hints in my ear last night, but I proved to everybody, but old tires are proficient here. I made those boys work for it.
Yeah, you did. It was in my ear.
27 truck's definitely catching the leader again.
But what you just talked about there too, Del Grotto, did that battle with Cope, did that hold him up enough to give the leader of Pawn?
Oh, shit. I just ran into Brenda's beaver.
Yeah, and don't forget you're allowed to be heard on the stream.
I know. Did I say a bad word?
Yes.
I apologize.
Oh, Paul Bear, or no, Mall Bear, geez Louise.
Jeez whiz.
Paul Bear's not on till the next one.
Right. Mall Bear, just go with cheese and crackers. That's all you got.
Okay.
But no, that 27 truck is definitely catching the 15 slowly but surely. But you know, as Puddin doesn't like those Fords. I just feel Fords run better than these Chevys these days.
I don't know what you got in your hand, but you're feeling wrong.
I was actually telling Robbie that when we were practicing. I practiced all week in a Ford, and when I got in the Chevy, I just felt weird. Maybe it was his personal preference. I mean, Puddin did have me change my PSN logo from a Ford to a Chevy, you know, so I do try to make my friends happy.
Oh yeah, I did that. That's facts. I told him I wouldn't talk to him anymore if I had to keep looking at that blue, ugly toilet paper looking thing. It's on. It's round for a reason. It looks like a toilet paper roll.
I'd still rather drive a Chevy or a Ford than a Toyota any day, though. But come on now. American made is American made, brother.
I would go Chevy then Toyota because Chevy and Toyota are actually in cahoots and in bed with each other behind paperwork. If everybody doesn't know that, if you go over to Japan, you don't jump in a Chevy Cavalier, you jump in a Toyota Cavalier. They are in bed together. That is why Chevrolet has the 5.7 liter that is capable for racing and NASCAR purposes. If you buy a Chevy right now, you get a 5.3 or a 6 liter, not a 5.7, because they sold the rights to the 5.7 to Toyota, so they had the variable engine to run. That's your knowledge for the day. The more you know.
Learn something now. Learn something new.
Yeah, I'd rather power stroke any day, though.
And I apologize to people in the chat there. I can't be watching the chat board because I got my custom guys wondering why they're not getting invites.
15 made a mistake, and I think the 27's going to cap.
Oh, yes, he is. No, well, guess what? The thing, you're not wrong there, Delgado, because now the 27 is up there. Now he's just going to wait for the 15 to make another mistake, and guess what? He can. Oh, that's the 27.
27 just made a mistake.
Oh,
Everybody breaking themselves in with their own commentator's curse.
And I think that goes back to you're racing the competitor, not the racetrack. I think 27 and the 15 need to race the racetrack and not the competitors that are around.
As Serenity does best, don't worry about the truck in front of you. Race the track.
That's right.
That's what he told me in my ear all night last night. Race the track, not the person in front of you, because you're going to make a mistake.
Yep.
And I made a lot of them last night.
That's smart words right there.
Oh, I wonder where he learned that from. Somebody whose dad. I mean, my dad told me to always race the racetrack, not the racer. I was just saying. I wonder where he learned that knowledge.
I just want to say he's one of the best captains in Giggity. I just have to admit that. I mean, I'm not kissing no tail, but he is, you know, hard-working captain. You know, like I said, I know from experience. I've been in 3 other teams, and Serenity used to help me with, you know, my car, even when I wasn't even with his team at that point. So I do have to tip my hat off that Serenity is, you know, a great captain in this league. As long as all the other ones as well. I mean, I've raced with Taddy, for Taddy's team. I've raced, well, now it's Keystone's team, but I've raced for Cola Motorsports. I've now raced with Serenity's team, and I have to say the team in general is just great. They work with anybody and everybody in Giggity, and I'm not just saying that because Paul Bear and Mal Bear are in here, but we all do. I mean, it's a team effort there at Shin Motorsports, and you know, nobody goes left, you know, unhelped, I guess you could say, unless,
no,
you know.
For sure.
That's that UK generosity. If you've ever watched the National Lampoon's European Vacation, all the Europeans even helped out Clumsy Griswold. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that because Robbie, again, I know him very well. Everybody knows that he is very proud of his team. He is a very dedicated captain, like you said. Puts the time and effort in. He will help most anybody and everybody out there. And Robbie is just a stand-up guy. As we see Blakey T out there saying "Go Country Caliber." Blakey T again, somebody I haven't heard from very much lately.
Who is Blakey T?
Well, it's that summer season, so everybody's getting thirsty. Everybody's got to have those ice cold Pepsis, so he's been delivering a lot of that for them.
Oh, he actually sent me a 6-pack of Mountain Dew, indulging in right now.
Love Mountain Dew.
Oh man, that's why I am. It's a surprise who I am. Blakey, it's not a surprise who you are, bud. You know, it's the only time you show up is when we're at Iowa. Come on now, we all know that.
Well, he put together the other stuff the other night at this road course. Blakey T definitely make talk himself down at other tracks. We know how proficient he is on short tracks, and Iowa especially, but he is a force to be reckoned with at all courses we go to.
You know, I remember a couple years or a couple seasons ago, Blakey T was stuck in the here in the development, and I put a nice word out for him and got him a ride, and he first race in, he did he won at, I think it was Bristol. It feels good to have drivers out there like him. He's fast, and he's always been a good friend.
The 15 was just
like you put.
So he did make a little mistake. Can Caliber catch him?
Martinsville, that's right, Blakey. My bad.
He's got a lot of traffic too ahead. So.
Yeah, lap traffic definitely being in play. We're going to ride overboard with Country and see if he can make up ground on how he negotiated. I think that's Mrs. Mannix right there in front.
Yes, sir, it is.
I really feel that I've been following.
That was very respectful of her. She pulled to the inside. So no harm, no foul for Country. Can he make up ground? Can he catch that fast pawn truck?
He's trying.
I've been following him the last couple laps, and I honestly feel that he's trying to overdrive. He's just got to calm down, race his race, and do his thing. I mean, like that's the biggest key out of a road course.
Race the track, not the driver.
Something like that.
You gotta make a pit stop in this race, Ma Bear, or?
I have 7 laps of fuel left. No, I don't believe so.
I was just going to say, I don't believe you're going to have to make a pit stop, if I remember correctly, if you pulled your strategy off last time. There's the Extreme Dirt Series following. He says, giggity, giggity, giggity. We know him, too, as RD. What's up? Him and Dr. Robbie Bobby. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button over there. Oh, with Flo hit the wall. Subscribe to Extreme Dirt Series. They do a lot of great racing. Kenny Wallace endorsed by them also at the beginning too, and he does such a great job editing the videos too. So great to have RD out there supporting other leagues also.
15 had got into the back of Dencade, I believe.
Yep.
So that slowed him up some. Now can Country Caliber catch him?
How many laps do we have left?
2.
2 laps. Oh, it's going to be close. He's got to go. He's got to make his move now.
I believe.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
I believe when the 15 crosses the finish line, I believe that will be the last lap.
So we're on board with second place of Country Caliber. Can he track down Pawn? And there's Ryan Morgan sighting out there. We know him as RKM, team captain of the Canucks. As always, putting all the teeth out there just for me. Thank you. Appreciate that.
There must be at least another lap left.
Yep, this is the last lap. I just looked on Country's stream.
Oh, he drives it in
Every
deep.
time I hear,
The team made a mistake, but he's good.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock Eastern.
Come on. Louisiana hot sauce. It'd be better if it was Texas hot sauce. He would have won this race. Just saying.
Oh, he made a mistake.
Oh, he overdrove
He
it.
overdrove it. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Just ease in, and he trying to do too much. You're not going to make a lot of time in that corner if you try to overdrive it.
Yeah.
But it's good to see he gets to keep second place. I don't condone Louisiana at all, but it's okay. I'm a Texas guy. But it was a good race.
Guy.
I am, but
yay! Uh-oh.
Oh, and Pawn hit the wall.
But it doesn't hurt him.
No.
And that does conclude it. I just saw the rear end shift upwards. That means they are not under power anymore. That is the race. It does look like it's going to be iPon. Then we've got Country Caliber, and if I'm not mistaken, Cope right there with them. So that is your top 3 here tonight at your development preset race. Yeah, great job.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to jump out of here because I got to go get my custom guys.
All right. Good luck.
On that note, guys, yep, Like I said, I'm filling in tonight under a little bit of a time crunch. So congratulations to Country and Cope for their top 3 tonight. I'm going to back out of this jump out. We're going to get ready to do the custom race here real quick. Like I said, I do apologize. It's very unfair to them to not get their post-race interviews, but I got to get some stuff taken care of. I was just trying to help out tonight. So on that note, please be safe. Please stand up for what you believe in. And until about 10 minutes from now or less, we're going to give everybody just a little bit of a mini bye.
Bye.
Bye.